Well, good afternoon. It's Thursday. I guess it's April the 5th. I would normally say we've wrapped up another week at the legislature, but it doesn't look like we have. It's been kind of a crazy week, I think, at the Capitol this week, so I invited James in to tell us a little bit about what we're seeing, what's going on at the Capitol.
And honestly, I'm just really thankful to be anywhere other than the Capitol. It's been rough. It's been a rough week.
Well, I guess for us, let's start with the things that we think are important to us in agriculture and the Port Council in particular. What's going on out there that we think could impact us, might not?
You know, as you and I have discussed, most everything that has happened for the last week has been about education and the budget, period, end of story. The good news is not a lot of people are talking about ag sales tax exemption or anything like that that means a lot to us. There have been some discussions about capital gains, which I know is important to some of us, and agriculture really as a whole gets benefit from that. But it looks like that the House is not going to take that up, and that they're going to move forward with other revenue streams rather than capital gains.
Okay, so we'll go back to the elephant in the room, if you will. What's next for this teacher walkout, and for you've been in the Capitol all week. Give a little bit of a description to our members, kind of what's been going on within the building.
It's been like nothing I have ever seen before at the Capitol. It's been historic, it's been crazy, it's been crowded, it's been frustrating, it's been all of the above for the last week. You have the House tried to get out in front of this and passed the largest teacher pay raise and the largest tax increase in state history last week, thinking that that would negate the need for teachers to walk out of the classroom. Well, it didn't. So they're here asking for more funding for their classrooms, which quite frankly I think is more important than teacher pay raise, and I think every teacher in that building would tell you the same thing. So the package that was put together, an average of $6,100 per teacher and a raise, which brings us up, if you adjust for cost of living, 11th highest in the country. If you don't adjust for cost of living, 28th highest in the country. First or second highest in the region based on what metric you're using, but a lot better than where we were. It also sends $33 million for textbooks, $50 million through the funding formula. They had to pull some of that out, so what I think we're going to next, and this is kind of the legislature's hope, is that they're going to pass a bill allowing ball and dice in casinos, so like actual craps and roulette, and then they're going to pass a tweak to the online sales tax collection statute. So right now, when you go online, you're supposed to be voluntarily
remitting your sales tax,
remitting your use tax on whatever you buy, which nobody does. But Amazon 2 years ago said they were going to start collecting on things you bought from Amazon and remitting that to the state themselves. It's worked great, except they're not collecting and remitting from third-party vendors who happen to be selling on Amazon. Well, this tweak includes third-party vendors, so pretty much everybody you buy from on Amazon will collect and remit sales tax. And like the bill, they don't know what the fiscal impact is. It's going to be at least 20 million, but House staff thinks that it could be upwards of 80 to 100 million. So that's a significant funding stream for education and ball and dice. We don't know the fiscal impact on that's about 22 million, but it could grow significantly in future years. So those will go to the funding formula, and it's the hope of the legislative leadership that that is going to be enough for the teachers to say, great job, we did it, the walkout worked, let's go back to class on Monday, and then it'll be business as kind of normal.
But we probably won't know that till tomorrow, maybe even Sunday.
I think what will happen is you'll see, I think we're down to like 65 districts now who are participating, but it feels like a lot more. There's still 20,000 people at the Capitol every day, and they're all coming inside. Bathroom space is at a premium. So I think you're going to see the number of districts like drop down to, I don't know, maybe 30, maybe 20, who still come to the Capitol next week. But I think that the walkout has served its purpose. We've increased the amount of education funding by almost 25%. And I think that's something that the education community can hang their hats on.
Okay, so we heard lots of stories this week about the building and about what's going on inside. Stories about, hey, it's one in, one out. It's so crowded that I saw a note today from somebody that was at the Capitol that said literally had troopers at each stairwell saying you can't go up the stairs till somebody comes down the stairs because the building was full up above.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, what I've seen and from the people I've talked to, hasn't been any real issues with bad behavior or those kinds of things within the building. Things have really, for that many people in that proximity, things have been pretty good.
They have been. The Highway Patrol put out a statement last night, so they have been made aware that there are outside groups who are coming in, trying to co-opt some of the anger around this area for their own personal movements or whatever it is they're working on. Me personally, it got a little dicey for people wearing coats and ties in that building.
You looked like a senator or a representative, didn't you?
Just assumed you were a politician. So it became like a joke with all the other lobbyists. We just walk by each other and say, "Hey, Senator," just to watch the crowd of people like start mobbing them. But it hadn't been too bad. I think Tuesday, House sent all their staff home because their staff wasn't feeling safe. But it's a little bit disconcerting. You know, I looked out a window in an empty office, and on one of the office buildings across the street, there were snipers on the roof. I've never seen snipers anywhere close to the state capitol. But yeah, it's been hard to get in the building. Every day we've had to like schedule somebody else to like drop off food at a door, because if you leave, you can't get back in. I mean, unless you're an elected official, public is the public. They have every right to be in that building just like I do.
Yep.
So, yeah, but it's been fun, something new.
Well, you've only been there for 15 years. Why should you have seen all this?
Never seen this
So,
before.
again, nothing really pressing happening in the way of agriculture, and we'll hope that it stays that way. The legislature really did nothing this week outside of going into session and talking about education issues, meeting with teachers. They canceled committee meetings so they could meet with teachers. They pushed back start times of session so they could meet with more teachers. All kinds of things like that. We're hoping next week we kind of return to a more normal schedule, because next week's deadline week, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff that, with nothing happening this week, now we've crammed everything into next week. So we'll be back on the end of the week, probably on Thursday afternoon next week, give you an update. Should be able to tell you where we are with teachers and all that by then. And if anything urgent happens, we'll sure send it out to you. As always, if you've got questions, send me an email, give us a phone call, and we'll get them answered for you.
Thanks.
Thank you.